If you say anything that you want cut, say it right then and there, or just text me later. But we are airing this tomorrow. Yeah. So yeah, just like if anything comes to you, hopefully it's not too, I mean, it shouldn't be too late, especially because I'm sure you're going to go to bed soon after this.
Yeah.
And Chef's pretty known for dropping the uncut.
Yeah, that'll be the good
cold open.
Yeah. Got his ass.
Drone strike from Stockholm.
Damn, bro. Jeez. Thought you motherfuckers were peaceful.
All right.
This is Jonah Hill, and you're listening to the only podcast that matters.
It is week 4 of the Throwing Fits Grill partnership, and that is 4 times that I've not recorded the ad while doing the ad read.
It's almost like it's incredible to watch you.
It's almost like I want to fuck it up. Yeah. But Jockum, before you get into our legacy, Jüicy, Legööchy, Lawrence, you want to keep these motherfucking lights on now that I'm recording the meeting?
Yeah. What's the score?
This score this week, I just did it, but I forget. It's like 23-18, which is pretty good.
So what's the overall?
I don't know what the overall score is. It's probably something like 100 to like 60 something. Me, because I think I was averaging around 20 something.
I'm gonna need a fact checker on this.
Okay, yeah. Someone go back. If only there was a Throwing Fits newsletter.
The
written record of this shit.
The point here is that Grailed X, the only podcast that matters, our 360-degree synergist partnership is coming to an end. This is week 4 of Grailed being the presenting sponsor of Throwing Fits, and we have refreshed the collection for what is hopefully not the last time, and we have been saving all of the best Johns for last. And I don't know if that's true.
That's not true.
Because I still have not picked my hat, but I just know that like a phoenix rising from the ashes, I am going to make up whatever the deficit is.
A miraculous fourth quarter comeback, because it's probably okay. It's closer. I forgot that we haven't done week 4 yet, so it's probably closer to like 70 to 50, right? And I really pandered to the throw game with this round. A lot of, if you know, Japanese garms, and a lot of very fire beer merch.
You're cruising altitude.
A lot
beer
of beer vintage merch.
Beer merch.
Yes.
Beer is back. We've said that before. I think you have to be one of our best friends behind the paywall. But yeah, check out the collection. The links are where they always are: Twitter timeline,
feed,
Linktree in the Instagram bio. We got our fucking Instagram stories, and just obviously the easiest way right here in the handy dandy show notes description of this episode. Hopefully, Grailed re-ups and takes his partnership to the next level. Obviously, I have to get as the designated negotiator. I need to get in. I'm a grill in the fucking Zoom. I've said this before. I need to put my nuts on the table. We got to have Grailed re-up.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm the one that kind of...
If you hear the results later on, that means that we did our job.
I'm not going to lie. Like, I am, as the head of the biz dev department, I let you run point on this one. I'm a master delegator. That's what I do. I don't micromanage like you. I feel bad for Rylan the merchman when you fucking bombard him with 16 texts where it's just like, all that's required is just a thumbs up.
I have great advice.
Dude, I think that for these shorts that we just put out must have been like a record-setting number of texts. It's like close to 1,000 texts just to put out some fucking shorts, which are good. But it's like, I would never want to work for you. All right. I'll work with you and you will work for me.
That's fair.
But I would never want to work for you because just watching you micromanage the process is crazy. But that being said, I did allow you to use your personal connections and leverage those with the Grailed family.
They're personal and professional.
Run point on this project from the day to day. Obviously, the macro is my mastermind, my glowing skull, as Jockum calls it.
Speaking of professional, I love how you plugged our merch in this ad read for Grailed, as we're also trying to get Grailed to re-up. So that's talk about taking a page out of my playbook.
We're master salesmen.
You and I are more alike than we would like to admit. Yeah, if you please buy our merch, the shorts. Are available right now, but also
Gorilla in the Zoom.
but like we also said, peep the final week.
The handpicked, artisanal, curated
curation.
The taste levels are unprecedented in these unprecedented times.
And if any of you fucking merch coppers out there are buying our stuff to resell it, I would tell you probably not a sound investment.
Yeah.
But this has been a great partnership. If any brands are listening, top slot is now available, dude. Oh, see, look at how good we are.
All right,
dude.
before we fucking sink this, before we sink our own battleship, Chef, hit the motherfucking transition. Throw Gang, we are joined by the Fabric Pharaoh, the Upcycle Sultan, the Swedish Fish of Swedish Fits. He's the Joker, baby. The only mids in his life is Midsommar, the Kelly Slater of Stockholm, the Baron of the Beach, live from the only country that may have fucked up COVID-19 worse than U.S. founder, chairman, and owner of our legacy, Jockum Hallin.
What's up, bro?
What's good, boys?
What's good?
Damn, second time was a charm, James. Well done.
Thanks for joining us after a dinner of pickled herring and rye bread.
Exactly.
All
fresh potatoes.
How you doing, though? I mean, I'm sure you had a crazy weekend with the collaboration of the year dropping 3 days ago on Friday.
Right now, your stock has never been higher.
Yeah, it's time to go.
Retire.
Time for that exit.
It's like Jordan. You want to go out your peak, instead of hanging on, forcing it.
Or like Dominic Hasek. Is that a better sports reference? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like Jaromir Jagr. You just keep on going.
Oh, sure.
He was like 15 years old. Oh, we lost him.
Jockum, you there?
Oh, there he is.
No, I'm still here. I'm still here.
Thought we lost you there.
All right, Jockum. You've been on a previous podcast that shall not be named. It's your first time throwing fits. It's very different from what it used to be. So Lawrence, want to hit us with the fit check?
Yeah, it's definitely not just the same thing with a different name or anything like that. But the one consistent, being a fashion podcast is we're going to do a fit check. The choice is yours if you want to go top down or bottom up. And I'm assuming it's just going to be all Legööchy.
All from the bottom up, baby.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
How do you say ACAB in Swedish?
Same, baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's on the feet?
So right now, you're talking to me. You're like just post lunch.
Yep.
New York time.
I'm having just like a post lunch beer and a podcast.
Yeah.
I had my first nap of the day. I'm having my second nap of the day after this pod.
Over here, it's almost it's nappy time.
Right.
So I'm at home. I'm bare feet.
The long sleep. Do you do house shoes? Are you a big house shoes guy, or are Swedish people house shoes people, generally speaking?
I mean, when you come home to like a classic Swedish home, you got to take all the shoes off.
Right.
Yep. Because they're a civilized people, like the Japanese.
Yeah. But I think we're getting used to some house shoes here and there. I mean, I'm a big fan of the Berks,
Yep.
Right. Stussy Berks, the family. Are you on Stussy flow team?
Of course.
Okay. Did you get the Berks in both colorways?
He's been on Stussy flow team since '94. You saw the Vogue pic.
Yeah. Dude.
Exactly.
The shape of Johns to come, bro.
Yeah. So
do you wear Bostons in the house?
Sometimes.
Because that's apparently a very German thing. Is the Bostons are the house shoes. The Zonas are the street shoes. Which makes no sense. According to one German guy I know. According to one German guy I know.
Didn't Mordecai say that?
Maybe.
Or
that was confirmation bias. Yeah, he was just agreeing with us because we just appear so smart and knowledgeable.
Yeah.
That he was like, I guess they know what the fuck you're talking about. So right now you're barefoot
in the dark.
Any socks? Yeah. Any socks right at home? Or
no, I had like a really, really nice linen socks on today.
Really?
Yeah.
Talk to us about linen socks. What's the brand? It's just a more breathable summer sock?
I think it might be like Pantarella or something, but I'm not sure. Yeah. I don't. It was a long time ago since I bought them, but like with certain shoes, they're really good. So I have what
kind of shoes beg for linen socks?
Oh, the cons, baby.
Oh, the cons? Yeah.
Yeah. They need something breathy,
Chef, are you just going to beg for workshop cons in your 30 seconds of thirst?
Thinking about it.
You're thinking about it. You're gonna take the hour and a half to like build up the courage and then just ask a really thoughtful, wonderful question and Just complain about it later after off the record.
That's what happens every week.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so linen socks thrown off to the side. You're going feet on wood. I respect that. Yeah. I'm doing the same thing right now. And then what's on the what kind of pants, shorts? What are we working?
It's on the hindquarters.
Yeah, I got a pair of like checked flannel shorts, like kind of like the baggy kind of length, but like the baggies. But like,
are they Legööchy?
Yeah,
flannel, baby. No, they're not. They're actually from. Can I talk?
You talk your shit.
Yeah. Good. They're from an upcoming drop. Like that is going to be like the follow-up drop to what we just did. And that's Jüicy are going to do their thing this coming Friday. And then we have like a vintage drop, like the craft and vintage drop, which is just old pieces that we reworked in the old workshop.
So there's actually shorts. So there's Jüicy shorts.
Yeah, Jüicy shorts from, I don't know, 93 maybe or something.
Jesus.
That we just have like random pairs of shorts, t-shirts and stuff.
Look at Chef is going crazy right now. Yeah, he's like, oh fuck, I gotta wake up at 5 a.m. again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. Oh, so that shit is like, so that's OG. And was there any work done to them, or it is what it is?
I mean, some of the stuff we've done, like, we're like crazy 90s fit, really long and slim. So we kind of cropped them up, made them more towards what we want to wear now. But obviously, like the prints and stuff are crazy good.
Sick.
So we got some bottoms, some tops. We got some outerwear, some comms even coming with the yin yang patch
on Friday.
No, this is later.
Oh, okay. So, You the last time you came on a podcast that should not be named, you're also wearing you were like test wearing more like advanced stuff. I remember it was like a techie overshirt jacket because it was kind of like in the fall or winter. But I guess you put your shit, you road test your shit.
Yeah.
You wear your clothes.
Gotta wear test it, baby.
But the stuff from the 90s, does that have like skid marks from like the Clinton administration in them?
Yeah, some is like
Ken Starr's skid marks.
No, it's all dead stock. So it's new things with some of it, even with the tags on and stuff. And some of things are all like salesman collections and stuff with that juicy salesman smell.
You took some of the dead stocks with tag stuff and you're like, yo, let me like inventory these at home, and then you just flip them on Grailed, right?
Yeah.
Because you told me that you like
save them for a rainy day,
Exactly.
You told me that
put your kids through college. Is that college is just free in Sweden?
It's free, yeah.
Right, yeah, okay.
It's free, baby.
Yeah. You told me that you like went to Jüicy factory and were perusing through like the dead stock fabrics. Did you already have, because you've been a Jüicy fan your whole life, did you already have the prints that you knew and the fabrics you knew you wanted to work with, or was it kind of just like kid in a candy store, carte blanche?
It was both, because it was like, of course, amazing to just go, because they have, I don't know how many warehouses they have now, but this was like one of the very first, in the entrance was like an older lady selling, I don't know, she had like a bunch of metal scraps she was selling and stuff. And then in the back, it was all this old stuff, like boxes of old garments, and then a couple of pallets of old fabric rolls. So I couldn't be like on top of my head just pick and choose prints that I dig back then, but it was we did a really nice selection of what was there. It was crazy to see all these old goodies.
Sure.
Yeah.
It must have been like that scene. It must have been like that scene in Ratatouille where he eats the ratatouille and then gets blown back to his childhood, and his mother's like taking care of him. I'm sure little Jockum in the Swedish fucking garden drinking coffee and eating a cinnamon bun or whatever.
What happens to the stuff like that you guys didn't use? Is it like it's going to be earmarked for like later stuff? Is Jüicy kind of like freaking it themselves? Because I got to imagine there's too much stuff to use for this one drop, right? Like you're talking about pallets of fabrics. It's like a ton.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's on what we're doing now. We have like a second story coming up, which is more like fall like heavier stuff as well that we're just starting to cook. But we'll see. Okay. We'll see what happens.
So right now,
if it was up to you, this would be ongoing,
right?
An ongoing partnership.
I can only speak for myself. Everybody on this it's been like a huge team effort from both sides, and we're loving it. It's fun, and it feels like it actually makes sense.
Yeah.
As a collaboration. So
Absolutely.
of course we
streets agree. That's the thing. The streets agree with
continue.
you. You know,
Not sure if you're a patron, Jockum, but I think on our last podcast we spent about 40 minutes talking about why this collaboration is the only collaboration that actually makes sense.
Yeah. And when James says, when James says talking, he means we were just fucking slobbing on your knob.
Yeah.
So to be fair, it was pretty. It was pretty. No, it was shameless and it was aggressive.
It's not a
sloppy.
it
was fucking sloppy.
Lawrence and I have been accused of just dropping fire merch as cash grabs.
Yeah.
Which is not what we do, right? We only put out quality product.
Keep the lights on.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, it's just like it wasn't just like a marketing bullshit moment. You're not collaborating with a fucking cartoon or whatever. You're just like, it just made sense. Like, exactly.
Yeah. This tees you guys up really nice for the big Roadrunner collaboration that you're dropping
exactly.
with
meet motherfuckers.
Wile E. Coyote and that meat son of a bitch. What's the t-shirt and then the overshirt? What do we got?
So I got the regular workshop tees that we
that shit regular.
Yeah. It's called box tee, our legacy box tee, and then we got this structure. I mean, it's still warm in Stockholm. Usually at this time is fall is coming in, but it's still warm here. So this is like a structure, very like sheer.
Ooh, that's easy breezy, gauzy, beautiful.
Yeah, you got to keep the flow.
Yeah,
and the panties. Let's not forget.
And those are both. So that's workshop, and then that's mainline Legööchy, the shirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the panties are the boxers from this collab that we
let's talk about it, James. Are you
a boxersman?
100%.
Really?
Can we? I'm not even going to gloat.
It's the only underwear that you should wear.
That's
please educate the streets. Please educate the children. Why is that? Lawrence, don't interrupt.
Because you can't have what's in those other like lycra shit around your nuts. You can't have that.
But it was just cotton. But it was just a cotton boxer brief. I guess it has to have some elastane, right, or whatever. I guess
you want to bring that Lawrence. That you don't want to end the line of Lawrence, dude.
Well, kids are mids.
Yes, we do. Lawrence, keep wearing boxer briefs.
Yeah.
Let's remove this motherfucker from the gene pool. So no, it's like you don't want to smash the hog up against the leg. You want that shit. You want balls on air, right? But you don't want to go.
Yeah.
You can't put balls on every pair of pants, every pair of shorts. It let your shit hang. You're just not wadding up your meat. That's what it is.
This is the floating hog loaf, like you read about. You know what I'm saying? From V1. Wait, so what brands of boxers do you like? Okay, so you're a boxersman. You just endorsed it. Probably the biggest cosign
that's huge.
That boxers have ever gotten.
That's a big W in the boxers column.
We know James wasn't really moving the needle. He sounded more like a crazy dude.
And let's talk about them like coming up and scrunching up and stuff. That's just a myth. They don't.
Yeah, they don't. Well, what boxers do you? So you're not wearing Jüicy Legööchy boxers every day, the same pair that you were lucky enough to get from the drop.
I basically made the collab happen just to make new boxers. I need new underwear.
Sure. What brands do you normally wear though? Like, what's the brand of choice for boxers?
I got actually an old stock of Legööchy boxers that we did. I don't know, maybe 6-7 years ago that I just stashed up.
Release,
but it's a couple.
Those shits can stand up on their own at this point. Goddamn.
Yeah. That's why I need new.
Did you not see the lookbook image, Lawrence, that I put on my story of just dudes in their boxers hanging out?
I saw that. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was very cool. That was dudes being guys and boys being boys. I thought when I saw them in the lookbook paired with, I forget what it was, I thought it was like stitched into the pants. I was like, there's no way that these motherfuckers made boxers, but you did. So, I can't wait for all of my free shit that you're obviously going to send to me. I'm sure there'll be a pair of boxers.
Can you include, I don't know if you've sent out the Flow Team pack yet, but if not, could you please throw a pair of boxers in for Lawrence just so he can kind of come to the light, see the light?
Dude, I got to make sure that the line is ending, bro. We already went over this. I can't even risk it. I'm too powerful.
Yeah.
All right.
All range, my stuff.
I think that's a complete fit check. I don't know. Do you have any watches, jewelry? Oh, watch. You got a watch.
Yeah, watch. An old one that I had for many years now. That's goodie. An old goodie.
If I saw correctly, and I think you're wearing it in the promo pic that you sent through, I think that's a Rolex. Am I correct? I saw an Oyster Band.
Yeah, it is.
What model? Is it like a special one, like a birth year or anything, or is there a story?
It's a 1970s Explorer.
Ooh, very nice. Yeah. I love an OG Explorer. Not a fan of the Explorer 2, but I love the Explorer.
Yeah, I love it. I had it for, I don't know, 10, 12 years. I don't know.
Oh, really?
So
Damn.
now I see they're crazy expensive, but I didn't pay much for it.
Nice. Look at that. Ahead of the curve as per usual.
Taste. Yeah, exactly.
All right. That's complete fit check.
Fit check complete. Jockum, you may not know this because you're a first-time guest on the only podcast that matters, but the three main subjects of throwing fits are money,
ka-ching,
meats and cheeks.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a veggie, baby.
Oh, that's true. That's true. And most importantly, the goddamn motherfucking boys, Jimmy and Larry, ourselves.
Facts.
We're going to start with the most important topic, ourselves. I make frequent pilgrimages to Stockholm. And when I visited Stockholm last summer and the year before, at every Our Legacy shop I went to, not just Stockholm, but also in Berlin, I was greeted as a fucking god. And even dick sucking Ron, who came through with me, he was like, people were like, oh my God, it's dick sucking Ron.
That's rude, man.
Why is throwing fits such a hit? Because we're such lowbrow trash, and you guys are such like highbrow taste lords.
We're the shock jocks of menswear. Do they get the fucking New Yorker out in Sweden? Come on, bro. Do your Googles, bitch.
Why is throwing fits such a hit with the taste lords of our Legööchy?
Oh, I guess you boys, you cross the line all the time. Swedes never cross the line, and I
think that's what it is, right?
We're habitual line crossers, and that resonates in your oppressed culture.
New York with grit. I don't know. It's something.
Well, it's also you're very punk rock. Like you have a lot of roots in punk rock, and like we're fucking punk, baby.
We're punk. We're punk as shit, dude. I think so.
Don't follow the rules.
No, absolutely not. Fuck the rules. Hey, you know what? If the rules are listening, fuck you, bitch.
Middle finger.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk collaboration with you real quick. AKA our Legööchy Workshop X Jüicy Stussy, AKA Jüicy Legööchy. Is it true? Many people are saying this. Is it true that Throwing Fits made this collaboration happen?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Would you like to go on? Would you like to go on record and give us all of the credit?
Yeah. I mean, you've been huge advocates for both brands. So
it's true.
Both camps. So I mean,
it's like the ending races.
You have a little finger.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a little bit.
Right. We were able to tip the scales, maybe just a little bit.
Yeah. We allowed you guys to cross the line.
I mean, I think I can speak for James. Like, we're just happy to be involved. You know, obviously the product that came out was so great. Like, obviously James and I, we played our part, and it's very cool to get that acknowledgement in a public forum. Not that James and I podcast for that, but it's nice to hear it. So thank you, Jockum. We appreciate it.
And we know why we wanted this and, enabled this collaboration to happen. But why did you choose to collaborate with Stussy, or why did our Legööchy really, because you guys don't collab. I think on our podcast, you're like, we don't collab with other brands unless it makes complete and total sense.
Yeah, it's few and far between. It's a rare honor to get to collab with the Legööchy.
Why Legööchy and Jüicy Stussy?
I mean, here it just felt like it make 100% sense, to be honest. With the love coming from where we come from, where I come from, wearing that stuff since I was, a little teeny. And them being, doing stuff that feels so fresh and relevant, it's something that was created like that. Their DNA was created 40 years ago, and it still feels very fresh. And the kind of like the opposite of date. It just feels like they're pushing on their end, we're pushing on our end, and if we could, combine our little heads and do something nice together, okay, let's try it. So we started talking. We had this like a delegation from Stussy, like a couple of guys coming.
An international delegation.
Yeah,
an international tribe.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Now, a couple of guys came to our Paris party that we usually have during summer in the Swedish Cultural Institute.
Home stadium, home turf advantage.
Yeah.
Of which your Johns are the greatest export, naturally.
Exactly. And we started talking, and it just made sense. And since workshop is where I get my hands real dirty, and it's like the perfect platform for making a collaboration using, things that are already made in some capacity. We, kind of tweak it and elevate it. And we just, the concept kind of felt very natural into place.
Right.
As someone who like clearly was wearing this, we saw your dry dick headshot that you sent to Vogue. we know that this was part of the teenage uniform, as it was for a lot of kids during that time. But obviously, like Jüicy has gone through like its own kind of ups and downs, and we're not saying that like there's in 40 years of history. But when you guys were starting Legööchy, were you inspired by like what Jüicy had built, or what they were like? What I don't even know what they were probably doing at that time. But how important was that brand to you when you were starting like your own thing?
Just when we were starting, just when we started out, I mean, that was around 04, 05. I can't say that we looked at Jüicy then. I mean, during my years, I mean, it's been coming back in like cycles,
Sure.
It's something that I've been returning to. When I was out touring with my band, we wore Jüicy a lot, and it just felt that was like end of the 90s, early 2000, 2001 maybe.
So nobody's happier to see them back too, because James and I kind of like, the finer points of the timeline are a bit confusing, but Jüicy, at least in the past like 4 or 5 years, has been on kind of like an incredible kind of trajectory that's almost like reframed how a lot of people thought about them. Like a younger kid who doesn't remember, like much younger than James and myself, and absolutely younger than you. Yeah. Yeah. So that's something that you've like paid attention to, and you've been like very happy to see, I guess. Right. And that's due to like the people that they're hiring, I would imagine.
Absolutely. 100%. And I mean, it's both obviously what they are putting out into the world, but I think it's also a matter of distribution. I think they've been cleaning that up a bit, and making the brand what it's supposed to be.
Sure. Were there other growing up and maybe when you were starting like Legööchy or in your youth or currently, like were there other American streetwear brands that always had a special place in your heart?
I mean, my first summer job was working in the local clothing store in my little shithole town where I grew up. But they still had a good buyer that had a good sense, and we had some Jüicy, we had Fresh Jive, that type of stuff. So,
so it was always kind of West Coast, like West Coast surf vibe.
Kind of
not like gritty New York.
Yeah. Did like Supreme distro make it towards you guys, or was it just those Cali brands, the surf brands?
This was, I don't know, when I was, 10, 12 years old. Just a little bit pre that pick that made it into Vogue.
Yeah. Yeah. Why did you make it a workshop collab? I mean, I think that we know, and like we posited our theories in the Boys Only last week, but like just for the people that maybe are too broke to pay for the Patreon, not saying you are, but like why workshop, and like maybe even explain what separates workshop from mainline.
Yeah.
I mean, workshop is obviously the dustbuster that takes care of all the
all the scraps. It's a scavenger.
Yeah. Exactly.
Bottom feeder.
The big beast goes first, and then workshop comes and takes care of them. But the concept just, maybe I spoke about it last time I was on, but we just been into the game for 15 years. We just felt that we got to take care of all these excess fabrics, all these residual fabric rolls that just keeps on piling in Portugal, where we produce most of the things. And we created workshop, kind of like our dream store and studio where we take care of the stuff. We rework it. Some of the pieces is just one off. Some is, a fabric roll that makes 50 shirts, and we put out small runs of stuff.
It's like OG upcycling.
Yeah.
Something that's so fashionable now is just like something that just made so much sense to you just to do.
Right. It was just speaking of like DNA and shit, that was just in the DNA of the brand and like what you got. And like, obviously now it is absolutely, it feels like a trend for trend's sakes, which is not like the reason that this can be an impactful new way for brands to approach the scraps, as we like to say. Like this was just something that just made sense to you guys from jump.
Yeah, I mean, you get scared when you hear stories about, these, recycled PET bottles that they produce bottles just to shred them up and make fleece out of,
Sure.
it's,
But it's also like if you ever
greenwashing scary stories, but
right.
But Workshop puts out like fire fucking Johns, like some of the best, my entire closet probably like 35, 40% Legööchy, and like of that, the best shit I think is like Workshop. Not just like the tees with the yin yangs, but like over dyed corduroy coaches jackets and shit.
Sure.
Like stuff that, you started doing online drops, but if anyone is in the Northern European region, go to the fucking Workshop store in Stockholm. Do yourself a favor. Blow a bag.
Yeah, blow multiple bags. Like Jimmy Dick Sucking Ron before them.
Dick Sucking Ron made like probably more purchases than myself and Asher with the Big Hog. It was actually kind of surprising because he's not as big a John's head as myself and Asher with the Big Hog, but he was surprised that when me and Asher with the Big Hog stepped into Workshop, he's like, you guys just blacked out. Like you could see just like there was no more socializing and no more like hanging with friends. It was just like, shut up and go.
I think that's part of the appeal too of Workshop. And we talked about this again behind the paywall, but I think a lot of people get brought in when they see the cons and they see like the hoodies and the tees and they see that Jüicy yin yang and they want to throw down. But there's obviously like such a treasure trove and a wealth of like garms that are like past that level, which is not like a bait and switch, but I think it is how a lot of, especially younger people listen to this podcast, even like fall in love with brands and Johns to begin with, which is like, okay, I see this thing that I get. And then I'm being pushed further with all this kind of like, all this shit, like you're saying, like corduroys being overdyed and recontextualized.
There's an in-house artist who takes stuff like Hank Gruner, takes stuff just freaks the fuck out of it. Like he's not just, taking two half shirts and stitching them together like this guy.
It's not just cons, chef. It's bigger than that. Okay. So.
Come on, chef.
Widen your gaze,
shout out to Hank Gruner.
Yeah. Did you expect the reaction that this collab received when it dropped, when like the first like label popped up on IG? Because Lauren said this, like almost every single member of the East Coast media elite that has at least 1 foot in the John's world like posted that shit.
Any taste whatsoever. Exactly. It was instant repost. The cosigns
did you expect that reception?
Everywhere.
No, I'm very humbled by that. I mean, I'm of course, very grateful. Since this spring has been very like a roller coaster, ups and downs.
Really? Why? What happened?
No, but just moving, switching apartment. It's
shit.
Right.
You're in a pandemic. We're in a pandemic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where do you live now? What's your address?
I was just kidding. No, but with COVID, closing factories, opening factories, some are working, some are not. It's creating all these, challenges. Let's say it like that. So it's been a journey of trying to make this thing that I was really had big hopes and dreams for. That kind of at one point looked very like, okay, it's not gonna be as easy as we thought.
Sure.
We had big plans of traveling across the continents with this collection, together, Legacy and Jüicy, and showing it in wherever it's Tokyo. But I mean, so this big beast kind of get tamed by Mother Earth, and it made us stay at home and made us do the right thing, and we took care of what we needed to take care of, and here it is. And when we dropped that label, the picture of the label, which I think is a beautiful, it kind of catches the kind of essence of what we've been doing,
for sure.
We've been up to. Yeah, to see that love for that is very, I'm very grateful.
So you're humble, but you must have known when you're like working on it, and like even like the label like slaps, like, which is hilarious to like say out loud. But anyone who listens to this podcast like gets it. You just know, like you had to some part of you had to know that like, yo, when this shit hits, it's gonna fucking hit. Because you're designing it for like a guy like you. No. You can admit to that, right?
I mean, we're doing it. I mean, we're doing it for because we live for it.
Yeah, sure.
Doing stuff that we want to wear, and this is,
for the beach.
This is it.
Yeah. Playing sax on the beach, dude.
I want to wear everything. So if people respond to it, I mean, I'm very happy and grateful.
Me and Bill Clinton, Little St. James Island. He's on the fucking sacks on the beach, and we're draped and we're dripped out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How many people he like hadn't heard from in months just kind of came out the woodwork and were like, "Yo, Jockum, hope you're good, man. New collab looks sick. How's the fit?
Don't
wink,
say
wink." Do you get a lot of that?
Wink, wink.
Did Lawrence all of a sudden be like, "Yo, what's up, Jockum? How's your summer been?"
No, we were talking on IG, but either way, you know, it happened. Yo, come on, what are we supposed to deny the power of these Johns? Come on, man.
I mean, I think we kind of underestimated it a little
Really?
bit. I mean, yeah. I mean, I knew people were gonna like it, but to this magnitude, I couldn't imagine, to be honest.
Damn,
People are fucking ready. They're hungry.
sad.
What's like the one piece in the collab that you, the mastermind of this, or one of the masterminds of this, are most excited about? And
Besides
why are the boxers so good? Yeah. Besides the boxers.
I mean, there's tons of stuff I want to wear, pretty much all of it. And you know, it's a big variety of fabrics. It's some stuff that we've dropped that Jüicy's not going to drop, and on Fridays some really, really sick printed stuff that I think like OG Jüicy heads are gonna, you know, recognize. And I don't know, but there's a coat. It's like a car coat, you know, like a big oversized thing that I'm gonna wear this, you know.
Got the raincoat, the tartan raincoat with the full raglan sleeve. That one.
Yeah, exactly.
That's sick. Yeah, that's a banger for sure. I hope. Listen, I'm not here to tell you how to do your job, but when you start looking forward, but that's also what I do with every guest. But when you start looking forward to like fall on those heavier fabrics, like the New York boys, not just me, have been like, "Yo, what's good with that silhouette? Can we get maybe a little Melton wool?" You know, who's to say, right? Just throwing that out there. Hopefully, I can maybe will.
Jockum, hopefully you can flip some outerwear in a month or two.
Yeah,
according to Lawrence's expectations. Is it dropping at 5 a.m.? Because again, I'm gonna need Chef to proxy for me again. I gave him a
proxy, digital proxy.
I gave him full proxy. I was like, "Yo, just buy me whatever you think I would like." Because
you're busy partying.
Yeah, I was too busy partying.
So the collection, the collaboration is split up into three. So we dropped the Stockholm collection, the Stockholm part. So there's a London part dropping on, I think, around noon London time on Friday.
Chef,
physically in Dover Street Market in London.
Oh, sick.
And on Jüicy.co.uk, like the UK site.
Okay.
MyBookie.ag.
Yeah, exactly. And then on what is it? Like lunchtime, LA time, so Pacific Standard Time.
All on Friday.
Yeah, the
London and LA are Friday. All right, Chef. I'm going to need you to set a 6 a.m. alarm for the London collection.
Mother drops the load.
Oh, okay, got it.
What's your least favorite piece in the collection?
So everybody gets their chance. That was kind of like the also one of the thoughts around this, that everybody should get a chance. So we had a Stockholm thing dropping at you know, normal Stockholm time, and then London, and then LA. So
Chef shopping Stockholm on behalf of not just him but also James defeated the process that Jockum and Co put so much thought into. Okay,
beat the system.
Yeah. Right. I mean, more brands should do that. More brands should like listen. Not every collab is this well received, but there's a lot out here that are as popular. And give more drops, give more availability, make more stuff. You know, democratize the Johns, people. And I'm talking to you specifically, Travis Scott. I need my fucking dunks, bitch. The flame saved my life.
But this kind of, you know, it kind of made their own limits, this collab, because it wasn't infinite rolls of fabrics. You know, it was like one roll maybe made 60 shirts, one made 40, one made this amount. You know, it's small. Some are really small numbers, some are bigger, but it's you know, we received a lot of comments on our IG that we should do more quantities and stuff, and for us it was big quantities, but I don't know, we could have sold.
What's sold out first?
10 times.
Yeah, because I'm hearing more resale value than those Travis dunks. If there's only 40 shirts, dude, here we go. Get some entrepreneur. Get Gary V on the line, bro.
No, what sold out first? Was it the outerwear? Was it the tees?
I mean, the shirts and the t-shirts went straight away. I mean, in
that red stripe.
Yeah, the red stripe is so fucking fire. That one is a banger. I think that's universally this podcast's favorite John. If we had to pick, right, the red stripe button down. Yeah, fire.
Chef got me that one with the quickness. What sold the quickest?
He said the shirting and the tees.
Oh, the shirting.
Yeah, the tees, like the printed tees, of course.
What was the worst one? What did the people, when they voted with their wallet, where was their no demand? What were like, yo, this is a brick?
Now, since we didn't do any fit pics of the trousers, and people are like, maybe I know our legacy customer knows our shapes, but maybe we also lured in a different customer that maybe wasn't as familiar with our shapes and stuff. And
they don't know how it fits, shot. Right?
Yeah,
exactly.
They're fucking ignorant.
So pretty much everything is sold out now, and was after just like a day. But trousers just made it into that.
It's a tough sell, man. Trousers always online is a tough one to do. You know what I'm saying? People don't really know.
And also the Legööchy shapes are pretty advanced. Like you can't be a fucking novice or beginner and pull off the
these aren't entry level Johns. I mean, they're cool as fuck. And I understand some fucking civilian loser being like, oh, I want to be cool. I want to be like the goddamn motherfucking boys. But you're not ready for these you're not ready for the shapes, the silhouettes.
Fits.
Come on, bro.
What out of everything that's come out so far that we've seen so far, what's your least favorite? What do you hate? Where you're like, no, I don't want to do that. But Chris Green is like, no, this is going to sell.
He just forces me. Yeah. No, it's all good stuff. And,
everything. You love everything equally. All Johns matter. That's what I'm hearing.
It needs to be like that. That's why this makes so much. I mean, I don't want to plug myself too hard, but I mean, it just makes sense.
On a podcast, dog.
Yeah, that's why you're here.
Yeah. I mean, so much stuff gets put out into the world, but I think, we took good care of these old fabrics and we made stuff that we want to wear. And, it's honest.
Lawrence kind of alluded to this, but like, how would you feel if this collab like really caught fire in like the hypebeast world and we did see people start to resell it for like 10x the retail price on a resale platform? Like how would that personally make you feel?
Ooh, good question. I mean, of course, a little part of me would be, be a little bit, wow, look what can happen. But at the same time, it's we're producing these old, taking care of these old things and making them into something that we want people to wear and to pay a fair price for. I mean, it's no quadruple margins. It's just, it's fairly priced.
Says on the label, right? This is clothes to have fun in.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Should be for everyone.
Big fits only. Legööchy, it's definitely, you guys don't thirst after the celebrity cosign the way we see a lot of these fucking simp ass brands out here doing, but you have gotten some love from Jay-Z, Push,
Ian Isaiah,
Dev Hines, I want to say.
Yeah, they actually played on our Paris party where Jüicy came and visited us, the first kind of meeting.
Oh shit, fire.
But like besides Lawrence, myself, which, you have our cosign, so you're welcome. But, we'll cut the check later. But besides us, what celebrity cosign would you want?
Yeah. Who's still out there that you would love to see? Maybe even in this stuff specifically, like who would wear
in this collab? Yeah.
The Jüicy OL stuff, like real well.
I mean, like you say, I mean, we're not chasing that, but those boys that you mentioned and a couple of girls as well, if they dig it, then I feel, like we've done a good job, we don't pay anybody to wear our shit, and if, they like our stuff, they could probably get any brand they want. They choose to sometimes wear our stuff. So if they want to wear this as well, we're grateful.
I feel like ASAP Nast would be a cool one. And I know he's always like talking about how like he basically invented clothes on Instagram. So that's pretty fucking annoying. But I feel like he kind of has that, because to me, this is collab, obviously because it's Jüicy, it feels very like the beach vibes, but very West Coast. And I think that like, thinking about him in a trip, just thinking about another man wearing really cool clothes, like close my eyes and I Frank. Oh, come on, Frank. Say less, dude. I was trying to go for super obtainable, but yeah, I mean, so do you have any people like that you do seed out to, or you just hope that it ends up in their hands?
Besides us, obviously. Hope that it just, sails the right way.
Right. And I guess DSM probably could help with that too, right?
What about Jonah? When Jonah Hill came on our pod, he was talking about how he loves, he recently moved to LA, and he's got into surfing and shit. And he's like, yeah, like surf, he's like 90s surf vibes are like what I'm feeling right now in terms of like his fits and shit.
Yeah. You fuck with the boy? You fuck with Jonah Hill?
You can combine it with his Surf Jews hoodie.
Yeah, we can put you in touch. We'll put you in touch. We have his address. We're very cool. Yeah.
All right, Jockum. A lot of successful brands out there are currently collaborating with cartoons. Why do you take that route?
The Space Jam route?
Yeah, the Smurfs.
All Smurfs, Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Lawrence Schlossman.
I am. People do say that I'm a living cartoon character, and
he's a Goofy, a rat, and a Donald Duck.
Nah,
he's Goofy. These Disney buddies. But yeah, no.
I might be goofy, but I'm not fucking stupid.
What about just like what else? Who else could you see our legacy collaborating with in the near term or the long term? Like, dream scenario. Maybe it's realistic. Because again, you're super choosy with who OL wants to collaborate with, because you don't want to do it just for like a marketing stunt or like some a cash fee or anything. You want to do it with people that you actually have a real connection with.
But also, I will say that I think the Jüicy shit tees you guys up real nicely to be like, yo, we can create product that fucking hits, not just on the timeline, but is going to sell out, that's going to have a purposeful narrative. Like, I think that this is an awesome calling card for you guys for future collaborators. And to James's point, who would be on that short list?
Thank you. Can I use all this when we
clip it out? Clip it out.
Talk to the next guy.
Yeah.
No, but it's like you say. I mean, it needs to be something that we feel that we're connecting with on many levels, and we still see it. It really feels like that. I don't know. We have conversations, but at the same time, we're not rushing it. It just needs to feel the way this feels. So
the way this podcast feels, the way like right now, like the TF,
the way it slaps.
Yeah, slappers only.
And slapper, my G.
And you would rather continue to collab with Jüicy until all the dead stock fabric is completely gone than just like jump into bed with, I don't know, Nike. Even though I guess Nike is a Jüicy collaborator, but like as an example, you'd rather focus on what makes sense and what works versus like trying to just add people to the roster, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, Nike's a good example. They're doing things that are really, pushing how you can create garments out of old scraps and stuff, and I mean that could be interesting. But
maybe we should bring that up in constructive criticism, James.
Yeah,
perhaps.
No, but I mean, there's tons of brands, trying to create better ways of making garments or footwear and stuff. And
who's doing it right? Who's doing that like correctly in your eyes?
It's a good question, because even though you're trying to create something that creates kind of no footprint, just by producing it, it creates footprint.
Right. That's impossible. Sure.
So it's an impossible task. I guess what we can try to do is make stuff that lasts longer. That's one bit, and make stuff that kind of holds over time, not just holds together, but actually holds style-wise over time.
So kind of people doing timeless design with like lasting quality products.
To slap a cartoon on something is maybe not.
You're right. I don't think Patagonia collabs with anyone, but the best collab of all time would be Patagonia times Legööchy. That'd be fucking, no offense to Jüicy, but that would be fucking. What other brands from your youth? Obviously we got the Jüicy box checked, but are there any other brands from your youth that are kind of like still operating at a level now that you would like to use this opportunity to like fire a shot across their bow by any chance? Like Jüicy, obviously, but anyone else?
I think Rick Klotz is still active.
Oh, was he Fresh Drive? Rick Klotz?
Yeah, he was Fresh Drive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. He's got a lot of brands, dude. Fuck. Good for him. Try to make one stick, dummy.
Well, he was one of the. I think he was the mastermind behind Warriors of Radness.
He was. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And now he's working with Dove Charney. I'm pretty sure doing
all right,
whatever the fuck. What is their shit called?
LA Apparel.
LA Apparel. So
yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Their factories had the same COVID rates as Sweden at one point.
Yeah. Yeah. We're happy that you're still with us, man, so that you could podcast, right? Yeah. God forbid.
Well, I want to ask this, Jockum. So obviously upcycling is something that Workshop has been doing for a minute. And, for better or worse is like a trend right now. And some people are doing it right. Some people not so much. Did this collaboration end climate change?
It did not. But But what it did do was to take care of some old footprints that was already made.
Right.
We kind of
clean up some loose ends, as they say.
Exactly. Some old of Sean Stussey's footprints.
Did you guys put Greta Thunberg on Flow Team? I don't know if I'm saying her name right.
Greta? Holy Greta?
Yeah.
Holy Greta.
Dude, if she was wearing Stussy OL, that'd be kind of fire.
Yeah. Just fucking mean mugging as she is known to do. Wait, all right, let's talk about Sean real quick. Obviously Sean is not involved with Stussy, even though the brand still bears his name. No. Have you heard from because this is like so much of what Stussy does, at least now, is like blazing this new path forward while Sean kind of does his own thing and obviously famously hasn't been involved for a long time. But because this is like calling back his era and like the brand when it was, you could argue, golden era when it was his. Yeah, early days. Have you heard through maybe somebody else or maybe from Sean directly about him being like, yo, this is awesome? Or I don't know. Have you heard from him?
No, nothing. I follow him on IG. I mean, he makes, I surf a lot. He makes beautiful surfboards.
Yeah, great IG follow. I agree.
100%. Looks like he has a beautiful life.
Great life.
Yeah.
And I only ask because he like just recently collabed with Dior, obviously, and Kim Jones. I'm sure there's a dry dick picture of him, that he could get published in Vogue wearing, Stussy at like 12 years old or whatever,
course.
And like he obviously big up Sean via like all the kind of graphics and font work with I forget whatever was the spring summer collection a season or two ago. But so I was wondering if Sean being more like plugged in, if you had heard anything, but I guess he's back to
he's just chilling,
permanent vacation.
Yeah, he's just chilling and shaping.
Yeah,
for real.
Let's talk about that Vogue photo though. Like, so it's a photo. The only press that you've done by my extensive research is Vogue. The definer of global fashion and throwing fits. The only podcast that matters. And they ran a photo of you from 1994 where you're wearing a Stussy cap and a Refused t-shirt. Is it your greatest professional accomplishment that you got Vogue to run this photo of a young Jockumito?
Is it my great? Yeah, it must be, right? It must be.
Yeah. How long have you been did you just recently find that, or have you been like ready, locked and loaded to get an opportunity to blast out that fit?
Now I got like I don't know, 7-8 months ago, I got that texted from a my childhood friend. He's called Andy, and he just shot that over. So
he's like, yo, let me get on Flow Team.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
yeah. He was just checking in after many.
He didn't get his photo credit
years.
Though.
Oh, he didn't get photo credit.
Damn, they didn't link to his IG. See, that's the difference between us and Vogue. We link to the designer of our shorts. We link to his IG. Vogue did not link to Andy's IG.
Do you remember?
What's Andy's IG real quick?
Yeah, shout him out. Get his photo credit right now. Huh.
He's just got a family one. I don't want to.
Oh, okay. Oh, sure. How convenient. Right. I'm sure that was Anna Wintour's excuse as well. Here's my question for you, Jockum. Do you remember when that picture was taken? Like that moment, what you guys were doing that day? Like what was the process of putting that fit on? Do you like remember that moment, or is it kind of like a blur?
No, I don't remember. But it was hanging out in my room or some other of my friend's room. You're watching skate videos, go out, skate late at night. Eat some crisps and chips in the States, right? Not crisps.
Chips. But crisps make sense. Sure.
You looked like central
crisps.
Casting for mid 90s.
Yeah, I did.
Because you would have been like 14 years old, right? Like you were exactly those kids.
Do you have that shit still? Do you have the shirt?
Soda, the Refused shirt. Actually, that's one of my childhood nightmares that or not nightmares. That's the wrong word. I was on a family trip to Norway. I don't know what I was like 14, 15 years old. We went up to Stryn, which is like a glacier where you can snowboard.
Wait, what was that again? Could you drop that? What was that?
Stryn.
Okay, cool.
Stryn. It's like a classic summertime snowboarding spot.
Oh, of course, summertime snowboarding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when you're that far north.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the way back, we stopped in Oslo for a night, and I had like a big stack of Jüicy t-shirts. I don't know, 20 tees maybe. That was my, I went through, put on the right tee for each day,
Right. It was your whole life. It was your whole life.
Yes.
We are very well aware.
Exactly.
You've been throwing fits.
Yeah.
And that stack got stolen one of the nights there.
Oh, so the word you're looking for was traumatic experiences, not a nightmare. It was a nightmare, but it was also.
Exactly.
I thought the whole stack got jacked.
It just got jacked.
Was that like the one crime in Oslo of the year?
Gone.
Yeah. One instance of theft.
Do you think that person?
How does that happen? You know.
Yeah, how does that happen? How does a child get 20 t-shirts stolen?
You must have been devastated.
Yeah.
Were you like just depressed for 6 months after that?
I mean, that could be like my kids going through college, you know, selling those now.
Yeah. Do you remember what other t-shirts were in that stack?
Yeah, it was a bunch of hardcore t-shirts, you know, all like, you know, fuck Jüicy.
Oh, shit. That good.
It was a snowboard brand called West Beach.
Did you find when you
Sessions?
Went
do you know that brand?
Yeah.
When you went into the dead stock fabrics at the factory, did you find any of the old tees that got stolen? Because that would have been miraculous.
But I actually found like this for that vintage drop that I was talking about. That is coming up later this fall. I found like the same prints that I had on a couple of t-shirts.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Ooh. Fall. What are we thinking? September, October, November. Yeah. And this is all vintage. This is all vintage stuff that you sourced from. This is all vintage stuff that you sourced from their factories and archives.
Yeah, when where those fabrics were, there was also like boxes of old, you know, seconds and stuff that we kind of worked our way through, and you know, in the workshop.
All right. Well, Legööchy has been chugging along and fucking thriving for 15 years now. I mean, for all the kids out there, the 18 million listening at home. And I guess they're not watching because we're not recording this. It's 18.
Yeah, we're at 18.
We had another Jonah bump.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah.
When I was on the last time, it was 2.
Yeah.
2 million?
We 9x'd it. We 9x'd it.
Can you imagine how successful we've been? I mean, you think you're doing well. You think the Legööchy is thriving? The only podcast that matters is motherfucking booming.
Yeah. No dead stock on pods.
No. New pods every week.
If there's anyone, though, out there who's looking to, you know, start a new brand, become a designer, and we have a lot of them in our DMs, you know, working on the Throwing Fit. Shout out Big Bean. Work on the merch.
Yeah.
What's like the first piece of foundational advice you give to a kid who's looking to start his own brand?
I mean, don't chase what you think somebody wants to wear. I mean, maybe I come back to this and I sound like an old parrot, you know, coming back saying the same old thing. But I mean, do what you want to wear yourself, you know, and that's going to resonate. If you try to chase something else, it's going to be a tough one.
All right. Let's stick to what you know.
Yeah.
This question comes from our mutual homie, Christopher Green, who I know played a crucial role in this whole operation, which is great. He asked him, I was like, what do you want to ask Jockum? Or what should I ask Jockum? He's like, ask him why we're not on Flow Team. And I was like, okay. And I was like, seriously, Chris, let's take this seriously here. So, you know, as you know, or I don't really know what the situation is in Sweden or Europe because like the social safety net and business safety net is so much stronger there. But here, and I don't know if you read this like long New York Times article, a lot of brands and stores in America are just like folding because the capital F fashion industry is so fucked up and skewed and like excessive and bloated. So with this kind of like reset, do you see opportunities to grow Legööchy now that the retail landscape is like completely altered?
Yeah, wide open.
Yeah, it's wide open. Yeah, it's a lot of people taking a hit right now, right?
Yeah. And we're not trying to dance on anyone's graves,
no,
but
it's just
at
like
the same time, like people, motherfuckers brought this on themselves. You know,
how do you navigate these choppy waters now?
I don't know. I mean, those people that are taking hits are, you know, mostly big monsters building up these, you know, things that goes, you know, just too fast, creates too much stuff. I don't know. I mean, if we see opportunity, yeah, but at the same time, physical retail is really tricky to navigate through. Especially, I mean, we're an independent company still. With you know, what we sell for one season kind of has to pay for the next season. So you know, we're taking it step by step. I mean, it feels like we could possibly do well in a couple of cities in North America. So we're never say never. I mean,
it's being explored currently.
We're open.
Potentially.
We're open
you have three shop boys You have 3 shop boys on the Zoom right now.
For real, dude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the second topic of this podcast. We're done talking about ourselves. Let's talk about what's second only to the boys: money.
Money, baby.
Jockum,
making it rain. I
know the Swedish are a very humble, soft-spoken, demure culture and society. Here in America, we say, fuck that shit. How much money do you make?
Yeah.
Not enough.
Not enough. How much money did the first round of this collaboration make?
Did it I guess selling out was the expectation, right? Yeah. So it's not like you could have beat
again. I mean, the kind of what we had in front of us kind of created the figures, the numbers that we could produce. So that it's for us sold out, it's amazing.
So it's a financial success.
I think Jüicy might have they won't have any problems on Friday, hopefully, if everything works the way it should. We actually, it's funny though, our site, should we talk tech for a bit?
Yeah, did it crash? Did your shit crash?
No, it was really, really tough for some people, and it's like a kind of like a glitch that makes, if 2 people buys the exact same thing at the exact same time, we could have one piece, but 2 people buy.
Oh, and then you have to cancel an order, which is always like,
it's a big headache. So
Sophie's choice, which beautiful customer is going to get fucking yopped?
Who has more IG followers? That's what you got to figure out.
You got to ask them to submit their IG handles. Like, who could get us more clout?
So if anybody's listening that might have their order canceled, please check on Friday again. And
email throwingfitsmerch@gmail.com.
Yeah, hit us up. If you get your Legööchy order canceled, hit us up and we'll sell you some mesh shorts.
Was this the first time you've had so much traffic and attention that something like that happened?
I mean, it's during the workshop drops earlier. Yeah. It's happened, but not to this capacity.
Right, not to this degree. Not when
not to this degree. That's the right word. Yeah.
Not when it's like this kind of level of enthusiasm, and that's a good problem to have, right?
Yeah. The workshop drops,
and of course, and of course, we want to help everybody out. I mean, so we're chasing, and looking into our physical stores in Stockholm are open, but on like COVID terms.
Sure.
Yeah. What are you doing? Are you letting only a few people in at a time?
Yeah. What's the policy?
Yeah, so during this drop, we had 6 or 8 people could be in the store at the same time. Kind of.
Have you had any Americans come in and be like, I don't want to wear a fucking mask. I can do whatever I want.
The ugly American shopper coming
to my freedom. No, we don't. No, there's no Americans here right now.
Lucky.
How is that? How is Stockholm with no Americans?
Beautiful.
Nature is
quiet.
Yeah.
It's quiet.
Damn. Shit.
All right. Well, let's say that you get your paycheck, which I guess gets 90% taxed by the government, which is cool. When you have 15, when you have 15, when the government rapes and pillages your paycheck, and you have 15 euros left, what do you like to spend your money on? Or 15 kroner. What do you like to spend your money on typically? What's a Jockum splurge look like?
Keeping my family fed, happy.
There's that. There's that.
Yeah, there's
boring.
So pickled herring.
Yeah.
No, but I'm a natty lover,
I know. I saw you sipping on some real juice, cloudy. Yeah. Let's see. I saw there was a cup of cloudy juice. So what's your natty wine budget a month? How much money are you spending on natty? And please convert it to American dollars.
But I'm kind of like where you're on Garms. I'm on Flow Team on a couple of good ones,
Ooh,
so I
really?
get to try some stuff. Yeah.
Are there Swedish winemakers?
No, not but Swedish importers.
Okay.
Are the importers that import the natty that you're into, the natty gas? Are they also John's enthusiasts? So you can do a little bartering system? Is that how it works? Like a cool Swedish guy who's importing the natty gas, is he also dipped out in workshop and shit?
If the tax man is listening, no.
I mean, that's honestly, just to be real for a second, that's what was one of the coolest things about being in Stockholm, and kind of like whether it's like through Jockum or through like Daniel or through whoever, like the creative class is so small and tight knit there that it does seem like everyone's just willing to support the homies. And like you hooked it up with like a restaurant reservation for me and Dick Sucking Ron and Ash with the Big Hog. And the guy was like, yeah, I fuck with Jockum. He gives me like free clothes and I just let him like eat for free at this restaurant. I was just banging.
People and helping people, man.
Yeah, exactly. And then like
to see it.
Ran into some Swedish pop stars there and they knew Legööchy and Jockum.
Robin?
No, unfortunately. Well, one of them opened for Robin on her like European tour. But no, shout out Rebecca and Fiona and little Jinder. Who's going to have a little Jinder soon. All right, so it sounds like Jockum, you spend all your money on natural wine, which is potentially problematic.
No, who the fuck were you even talking about just now? What the fuck?
Jockum knows.
Lil Ginger, who's having a little Ginger?
Ginger.
Shout out Rebecca Black.
Rebecca and Fiona.
All right.
Listen, if things don't work out here in the U.S.
that James hooked up with, I heard.
We didn't hook up. But when the Civil War,
that little Ginger is not yours.
When the Civil War pops off in the U.S., I'm gonna go to Stockholm and woo Fiona.
Okay,
yeah, it's Fiona. Yeah, that'll be my time.
Good to know.
Speaking of which, meats and cheeks, baby.
Oh, nice. Look at that transition. God.
Yeah. Third and final topic. Jockum, when I leave the U.S. because like it's going to become a white supremacist state, and I move to Sweden, and you give me a job at Our Legacy.
Yeah, when you move to another white supremacist state, but just in the good way.
Yeah, just in the north. Will working for you guys like immediately give me clout in the Stockholm dating scene? Like if I'm like, oh yeah, I work for Our Legacy, or guys and girls are just like, oh my God, this guy's fucking sick.
Yeah. What kind of clout comes with the business card these days?
I don't know.
Oh, look at him. He's got the white Birks. He must work for Our Legacy.
he got the doodles on his Birks. You know his dick game fucking crazy.
It's getting late for me now, boys.
Yeah, right.
Unfortunately, we don't have Chuck here today. We only have Chef. Chuck is off doing important meetings and going from the boardroom to the bar and whatnot. However, in 30 seconds of thirst, we're going to unmute Chef like you just did, and the floor is his. We know that he's been thinking up a fucking banger question for the last hour. He's going to pitch you on anything, ask you anything. Chef, the floor is yours.
I'm just like mostly curious because I mean, it sounds like the workshop is a magical place, and next time
that's the myth. That's the myth we created.
Yeah, right.
Would love to come by, but like, what's the general vibe in there? Like, what are you guys listening to? What these days, especially, working with Jüicy, I feel like they also have music is like so embedded into their brand. And obviously with Our Legacy, it's like also a huge influence. So yeah, what do you guys like to throw on? Like
have you seen our playlist that we put out?
They're great. Like I saw them earlier in quarantine for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. But that kind of stuff mixed with, I don't know, whomever, I mean, the guy that usually runs workshops called Leon, that runs the shop. He's a big, I don't know, replacements, commitments fan.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah. That new box set's coming out.
So
it's like our lists mixed with the replacements kind of.
When you got long hair, he's got like a clean dirtbag vibe. He's got like big fucked up jeans and long hair, but he like showers.
So Swedish Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
Kind of.
And he was wearing white Birks while I was in there. Every fucking Legacy shop dude is in the white Birks. It's amazing.
If the yoker is coming through and they know they're going to expect you, do they make sure they have like a little summer holiday versus punk routine, queued up, ready to go, or
No.
No? No? Damn, dude. Whatever the opposite of employee of the month is, that's what that is. Come on.
All right, Jockum, as we've been kind of hammering home this whole time, well, thank you, Chef, first of all, but as we've been hammering home this whole fucking pod.
Did I even give Chef a good answer?
You said check the playlist, bro.
I love the replacements, and I think that that adds to the myth of the magical workshop.
Chef, go to the workshop. It is such a fucking good time. The best part about it
is go. Just travel.
I don't know about COVID, but pre-COVID, the vibe is very unhurried. Like you can spend a long time there. You are like, it's like being at a vintage store. You're like digging through a bunch of shit because nothing is things are laid out in a way that kind of makes sense, but like there's no real rhyme or reason to the whole like layout. So you're like stumbling across Johns and like unearthing shit. You're just like, oh my, like what the fuck is this? And they're like, oh yeah, I like, Hank or whatever, like dipped that in purple and didn't like it, so he dipped that in yellow or some shit.
So you're saying it's the only disorganized place in all of Sweden?
Yeah, exactly. It's very disorienting.
I mean, we
chaotic good.
We love digging for records as well. So like a used record store was one of like the on the mood boards for creating the store.
There's like giant bins. There's giant bins that just say like shirts.
Yeah, digging in the crates. This is the digging in the crates for Johns. Yeah, literally.
DITC, baby.
I mean, it's big L of Solder Mom.
Exactly.
Jockum, you're a taste god, which is why we had you on the podcast, not just to beg for, getting on Flow Team once and for all, but we want to know what you're fucking with, what you're not fucking with in the segment we call Fuck With, Not Fuck With.
Still a working title after all these years, buddy.
Yeah, still working on the title. But we're going to throw a category to you. You tell us what you're fucking with, what you're not fucking with. First up, obviously, brands. What brands are you currently fucking with? Not just like clothing and fashion brands, but, we are a fashion podcast.
Any brand
that impacts your life, baby.
I mean, for wearing, of course, all the stuff that we're involved with,
the Jüicy, Legööchy.
Yeah, with the stew and everything. And, we get the cons sent to us. We upcycle those dead stock cons. So those, of course, we love.
Can you settle this for us? So are those from cons themselves? So it's not a collaboration, but you work with Converse to get the dead stock, or you work with like dealers?
It's like, no. It's like when Converse has like a colorway that goes out of, to take it out of what they're wholesaling. We kind of get small bits of that, it's not really dead stock because it was like last season, but the colorway is not available anymore. And we get it, we overdye it, we patch it up, and we put it back out there.
Sick.
For Chef to strike out on.
Yeah, for Chef to not own.
Nighttime, we also like a earlier workshop collab. We worked with the Magniberg, a bed linen and design company in Sweden. They're good friends of ours. We love them. Bengt and Nina, shout out to them. Love you guys.
I was able to, as like a war profiteer, I copped some Magniberg bedding off like Totokayo as it's going out of business. And
Rest in peace.
James said that it's perfect for sleeping alone. I don't know if you have that experience, Jockum, but at least
and doing a sex.
Oh, man.
Doing a sex, yeah.
With yourself?
Yeah. Rosie Palm and her 5 friends.
Okay.
What are the brands you fuck with? Yeah, shout out Magniberg. And Julian Decanali, Larry's good friend, has always been a fan and said that they are like it's the best bedding in the world. It's definitely pretty good, and they do like a banker stripe pillow.
Yeah, but they're the best in the world. That's where you're sleeping. Yeah.
Write that down. We don't need to write a newsletter. Just write down Magniberg.
Yeah. Does your entire family sleeps on Magniberg, or is that just for
the whole shebang?
Data? Oh, really? No. Wow. That's how you know it's fucking good, man.
They got like soft jersey beddings, that the kids love.
Yeah.
Anyone else you're fucking with that you want to throw out there?
I love jersey sheet if you're 18, young, dumb, and full of cum. You know what I'm saying?
I love Tremaine Denim Tears. Good friend. Love what he does. I think what he did with Levi's, collecting all these old, and also I think with Champion, collecting all these old pieces, and then printing on them, putting them back out there.
Oh yeah, his upcycled stuff for sure.
Yeah.
For a good cause too. Shout out Tremaine. 100%.
Yeah, shout out Tremaine, 100%.
He's a fan of Legööchy for sure.
He also he's also a Stussy collaborator. Like he does things with Stussy. Yeah. So he was actually him and Fraser. Shout out to Fraser, is like the global brand director of Stussy. They came over last fall, like last November, October, something, and we gave him the Stockholm tour.
Sick.
So Tremaine kept on snoring in my car.
Nice.
What brands are you not fucking with?
Let's stay out of that, man. We can keep. Let's stick to the fuck with.
You want to keep vibing. You want to keep the positive vibes.
Yeah, let's keep vibing. For all those who do take a little taste of the natural wines, every once in a while, Frank Cornelissen is a good one. You got one bottle called Suzukaru, which is a beautiful, easy reddish
the
kind of guy.
A juicy susu for you and the boys.
There's also a guy called Gabriel Bini on the island of Etna in like just out of Sicily, Italy. I think his phrase is like more than organic. He does beautiful stuff.
Would either of these guys want to potentially produce a Throwing Fits natty? Because we had something going, but we hit a bit of a wall there.
Oh, okay. No, nothing's impossible, man.
I mean, it's just perseverance, but I don't know. We're just kind of lazy, I guess.
Keep striving.
Put us in touch with these dudes. Anyone else you're fucking with brand-wise?
There's a cool guy called, his surf brand is called Gato Heroi.
Gato. How do you spell that? Yeah.
Gato Heroi, which makes, cool surfboards with cool little, other bits and, cool dude. One of the best shapers in the world.
Where is he Swedish?
No, is he American or is he? Yeah. He goes back from like Cali to France back and forth. So
okay.
It's like a bi-coastal kind of guy.
And then in terms of not fucking with, you are just fucking with everyone. You are not fucking with anyone.
Yeah, just positive vibes.
Just the positive Joker. That's why you call him Joker. What about sneakers? You want to get into sneakers?
I'm a neutral Swede, neutral. I don't want to.
You just love pickled herring and Volvos.
Yeah.
What about sneakers, though? I know you're kind of low-key a sneakerhead, or you know what you like.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. Yeah, there's good stuff out there. Of course.
You like the Stussy Nikes? Are you a fan of what they're putting together? Because I think it's interesting, and not that I was like thirsting after any of these models, but it felt like a break from the kind of like typical, cycle where a brand gets collaborators to all work on a model that they're trying to introduce as a general release later that year to just sell more sneakers. The Stussy stuff feels like, and not just the stuff that they were hand dyeing, which was very cool. I know that wasn't like officially part of the line, but it feels like they're really pulling stuff, like digging in the crates, like what you guys are a big fan of and what you're doing together. Like it just felt different and special in its own way.
Yeah, but there's a couple of big Nike heads. That guy Fraser, who's the creative director, there is a big Nike head. So that's they're doing good stuff. I got that. I don't remember the name of the model. There was before this. Kukini that was released now.
The Air Spiridon or whatever it's called.
Spiridon, yeah, that's what it's called. Spiridon. I got the natural color of that. I love that.
Oh, that's fire. Did you freak yours? Did you dye yours, or are you?
I've kept them quite clean, but I'm about to freak them.
Oh yeah, we look forward.
Put them on the gram.
Yeah, we look forward to having you drop that on the gram. Drop a little nuclear bomb of good taste on us.
What's your
sneaker game? Have
you had a favorite sneaker of the year so far?
It could be that one actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're just good. Nike. You're Nike and Converse, which I guess are like the same thing, right?
The same.
I got those. They're called Space Hippie from Nike. That is made of old.
The recycled ones.
Yeah,
literal trash sneakers.
Grinded soles, old sole units grinded down and stuff. I mean, they're super freaky, but I really like them as well.
Let's step away from sneakers for a second. All right, Jockum. What non-sneakers are you fucking with beyond just, obviously you love a white Burke. But what non-sneakers besides the Bostons are you currently fucking with?
Oh, what am I fucking with?
We did a giveaway with the loafers, right?
Oh yeah. Those are nice.
Those are good.
You wearing some heels? You rocking some Ian Isaiah heels?
Some Cuban boots?
Yeah.
I mean, but we're doing all that stuff ourselves. So of course, I mean, our loafers.
But do you wear that stuff? Do you wear you wear every style of shoe that's in line? That's your own stuff. There's nothing that you're like, I don't know if it works with my personal style. Primarily the heels are what we're talking about.
I'm in everything, to be honest, that we do.
You don't need any
heels. The Cuban heels need to they need to come with a little tutorial on how to walk in them, but I still struggle. It's tough.
You need that John Wayne walk.
Yeah, heel toe.
Yeah, let them. You're in the boxers. Let them things swang, kid. Let the clackers clack. You already have
that. Might be the fit pick of the year.
Wait, do you have James? You have
heels?
Cuban heel. Do you ever wear them?
I've worn them on like very special occasions, like New Year's Eve. Okay. Like they're very out there. They're obviously like the most out there shoes I have, and then I have some crazy like sample like the frog jumpers that never made it to production. Also just fucking wild. I wore them in the EG Uniqlo campaign we did or whatever. But everything else just mono runners.
Yeah, they're good.
Chef is a big mono runner guy now.
How about the Cubans has become like a staple for us. They're
they're gas.
In-house we love them, and maybe I'm not so much in them right now, but I mean, team loves them.
Shout out all my short kings who could use the little extra. What are those? Like what is it? What's the how many inches in the heel?
3?
Could be 4 or 5 maybe.
5?
I don't know.
5? Yeah. Damn, I'm gonna be out here fucking. Yeah. I'm gonna be out here.
I'm gonna dunk on these motherfuckers.
I'm gonna be out here 6'5". You know what I'm
saying? What about music, Jockum? Obviously, you're a huge music man. What are you currently listening in the eyes of the side of the face?
What's stroking my ears right now?
Yeah. What are you dumping into your ear holes?
Yeah, I don't know if stroking, but yeah, I mean, we can go with that. Yeah, who's giving you that good deep stroke? That good deep ear stroke.
That deep stroke. I mean, depends on what kind of music. I mean, I'm a big hip hop rap dude, of course, but also, I mean, with the punk rock, rock and roll, indie rock, all that kind of stuff. There's tons of good rock or like indie rock coming out of your little country right now. Yeah.
Name. Do you have any bands people should check out?
There's a band that just released a new little single. It's called Angel Dust. That is good.
Ooh.
Yeah. There's another band called Big Bite. That is pretty cool.
Chef, do you know any of these?
Angel Dust is gas. They're from California, I think. I could be wrong.
Yeah, there's some New York and Boston dudes that have a band called Fiddlehead. That is good. Super good.
Chef's scribbling furiously.
Yeah.
Shout out to Charles, who's the guitarist there. He's cool.
And this is all above my pay grade. I don't know what the fuck we're talking
What
about.
hip hop do you listen to? Is it all like older shit, like when you're growing up, or are you trying to keep up with the youngs and like have your kids do your research for you?
Both, I guess.
Yeah?
Yeah. Maybe not the kids yet. They're a little bit too young. I mean, they're 5 and 7. So
if you want to blow up on TikTok, I think you should put this rapper on Flow Team. Her name is PP Cocaine, aka Trap Bunny Bubbles. Biggest rapper on TikTok right now. I'm just saying. If you need a marketing partnerships manager, I might be your guy.
Unlike Chef, Jockum is not furiously scribbling this down.
I put my pen together.
All right. What about anyone else?
But with rap, hip hop. I mean, I'm of course listen to what this stuff I grew up with, but at the same time, it's cool. I mean, it's good new stuff coming out all the time. Those guys that we talked about earlier, Ian and Dev, the Blood Orange guys.
Yeah.
So
oh yeah,
good.
sure,
for sure. All right, let's move on to film and TV. Jockum, what film and TV are you fucking with right now?
Yeah. Do you have any time to even watch TV?
I mean, I thought that going into this period of working from home and all this, that I would have all this time just to. But I'm just been too. It sounds boring, but I haven't really been watching that much.
Because you're a dumbass who decided that having children was a good idea. So exactly. you got shit to deal with.
So once they're sleeping, I'm sleeping too.
Right, exactly. Or you're doing a podcast, or you're sleepily doing a podcast,
or stroking your ears.
Yeah, or getting your ears deep stroked by PP Cocaine.
I just watched that. I May Destroy You. Did you see that?
Oh, shit is fire. Did you finish it?
It's fire. Yeah, it's fire.
Global universal smash.
And the music's really fucking good too. There's the Spotify playlist has been a constant in the rotation recently. Yeah, it's fucking fire. And the writer creator is only like 30 years old.
Yeah, and good stuff.
All right, Jockum, we're almost done. We're in the home stretch here. We want to know, what was the last John, next John? What was the last John you copped? What's the next John you got your eyes on?
Yeah.
Do you even buy clothes anymore? I don't know.
Yeah. It seemed like you were saying that you buy wine like another man might buy John's. So this might be, because you're just at this point, like, yeah, maybe
if you want it, you just
cool
make
vintage.
it.
Maybe some cool vintage. Like, what's the last like sick vintage piece that you're like, I need to own and you bought?
Oh, good question. I think it was maybe like an old Hermes coat from when Margiela was designing for Hermes. Yeah.
Damn. That's crazy. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, that's a good answer.
Do you buy a lot of reference?
I buy very, very seldom, very rarely, but you know, and it's been too long since I got to go to New York or LA to go to, you know, good cities for vintage hunting. So it's usually when I'm over on your end of the pond that I you know, bring out the card.
Nice. What where are you hitting up? What are the first spots you're hitting up?
In New York or Cali?
In New York.
I mean, bunch of places, bunch of you know, by invitation only showrooms and stuff. And
ooh,
I like that.
What percentage of your closet is not Our Legacy?
Right now, the rotation is, of course, like what we've been working on lately. You know, some older, you know, legacy stuff, but it's also from this Stu vintage drop that is coming.
Can't wait.
But mainly, you know, I don't know how you guys work. I tend to like go with the same thing. Like I have multiple sets of kind of like the same thing, but a little bit, you know, some variety in, and I work that for a couple of weeks, and then I just wash it, put it back out in workshop, sell it.
Damn. So when I go to workshop,
I've been wearing these shorts for weeks now.
So when I go to workshop, I could be getting some Jockum game worns.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's not a bad situation that you have worked out. And the fact that you can just say like, oh, it's because I'm being sustainable versus like, I'm just always trying to be the freshest motherfucker.
I'm just road testing it
in stock.
No, you're just purging your closet. Yeah. What about next, John? What you got your eyes on?
Yeah. What do you want? What's next up?
Ooh, good question. I mean, it's that what do you call it? The shorts and hoodie season coming up, right?
Yep. Ooh, yes, sir.
Yeah. I like it's a brand called Camber out of the States that does juicy stuff.
They do heavy workwear.
Yeah.
They're like huge. They're like huge in Japan.
Yeah, you can buy like an 8-pound T-shirt if that's what you're into.
No, but they got really good sweatshirts and stuff. So I might be looking into something.
Weren't they the supplier for Supreme for a really long time? I think.
I don't know. Were they?
Maybe. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, that's good. It's good.
Narc Dad Noah Johnson is a big fan of them.
Yeah.
All right, Jockum, before we kick you out of here, shout out that translucent, sentient onion skin.
Yeah, shout out Corporate Dunce. You know, great podcast. I don't know if you listen to
boring lunch. All right, Jockum, before we get you out of here,
good.
But you did go on Corporate Dunce, but you're not going on them this time because you're only going on the only podcast that matters. Talk about the only collaboration that matters. But before we get you out of here, we want to offer up some constructive criticism. Obviously, OL is thriving. Obviously, you and Jüicy, collaboration of the year, and we haven't even seen the whole fucking thing yet, and people are saying that. But we always think that you could do a little better, and we just kind of want to offer up our expertise as lifelong fans, consumers, homies, etc. We just want to see you do a little better. So
tell me.
Constructive criticism, take it or leave it. I mean, we've said this. You've got the collab of the year of 2020. Why don't we win 2021 with a TF OL collaboration, and you take our merch and you rework it and upcycle it and sell it at workshop?
Yeah. We can even give you some shit from the previous podcast endeavor that shall not be named.
You take these shorts and you, I don't know what you do with them. That's your genius, but get Hank on the job. But
yeah, just the thought.
Tell us,
continue to save the environment and maybe
we have a lot of unsold.
Put some money in our pockets.
I am planting a seed now.
Oh, listen, man, that's what we do, man. We plant seeds and then we water those seeds and then those seeds bloom and then we get rich. Okay. Second piece. second piece of constructive criticism. You've talked about the Jüicy Burks that you were on Flow Team. They were extremely popular, I think, to the majority of the listener base. Probably the only person in the throw gang, that thought they were mids was me. But what if we take this beautiful union between fucking Jüicy and Birkenstocks and we turn that into a menage a trois and we put OL in the mix and we do a 3-way Burke and then we fucking knock that shit out of the park. And then we also put me on Flow Team and give me the good Burks.
So it becomes like the meme where the complete skull is glowing.
Yes, exactly. Yo, yeah, the galaxy brain. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
The complete skull is glowing. You know, the glowing skull meme. Yes,
the glowing skull meme. Yeah.
Fire. That's very cool that just hit Stockholm. But yeah, just the thought. I think that listen. I'm happy whoever got those and is wearing them and loving them. Even Jockum himself. But for me, I don't know. I thought that they could be. Level. Yeah, let's go again. Glowing skull. Just a thought.
Yeah, they need the Jockum skull.
You need the glow skull.
The glow skull.
All right, we talked about how you guys aren't really about like chasing celebrity cosigns and celebrity culture and all that bullshit, but obviously you want to connect OL with the young. And who do the young love? Greta. Get Greta to model in the next Our Legacy lookbook. It's a no-brainer.
Resting bitch face Greta.
How dare you? How dare you not cop these fire Johns?
Oh, we should leave her alone,
No, she's fire.
She's in the spotlight already, dog. I mean, this is already happened.
I'm saying it's a natural, it's another natural fit.
Yeah.
She just needs to do her thing.
We respect her.
She is doing her thing. She fucking told Trump to go fuck himself, which is big gas.
Yeah, she sailed across the ocean to do it.
Yeah. In Gonya. Imagine if she was in the Gonya OL.
In the Gonya, yeah.
She sailed across the ocean and told Trump to go suck your mother.
You sold it to me now.
Speaking of telling Trump to suck your dick from the back, why not reunite your old band and drop a protest song? Maybe it could be a song encouraging people to wear masks. Maybe it could be about social justice and Black Lives Matters. Either way, it's up to you. But we need you to stroke our ears.
Maybe I am. Maybe I will
thrash our shit.
Maybe I'm home strumming the guitar.
You're rocking out with the family earlier in Quar.
Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah, it's fire. Put the kids in give them production credit.
Start like a Partridge Family style band.
The Hollands be ballin'.
Yeah, it's my little girl Ines. She's just like, Dad, I'm not gonna get married when I get old. I'm just gonna live my life.
Oh, dude, wow, that's rules. Great.
Yeah.
That's great fucking advice.
Yeah, it is.
Legööchy, have you guys made any masks? Or you guys don't do masks over there? I forget what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird in Stockholm, to be honest. If you look at the rest of the world, I mean, if you go out not wearing a mask now, I don't know if in New York you'll probably get stoned, right?
Yeah, you got shamed. You'll get shamed.
I think you get subtweeted.
Yeah, here's like it's like the reverse. When if I wear a mask into like the grocery store and stuff, people like look at me like I'm crazy.
That's crazy.
That's like that's like the non-New York parts of America.
Yeah,
it feels like you're in like Alabama right now.
But we went out really heavy. We were talked about internationally that did we go the wrong route? I don't know. Did we not? But now it's under control. It's like, I don't know.
Right.
0 to 1 death a day or something. I don't know. It's tamed, this beast over here. Hopefully for now at least.
Until me and Chef come over. Until me and Chef fly over and go to workshop and start a super spreader event.
Spread your cloud.
Those digging in the crates is going to be the super, getting their fucking grubby little American hands and germs all over everything. Damn.
Chef, did you see this, John? All right, Jockum, before we kick you out of the only podcast that matters, where can the kids follow you on socials and shout out whoever the fuck you want?
Yeah, plug your shit, dog.
Plug my shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can follow me on Jockum, Our Legacy on Instagram.
Yeah, it's kind of cool how you do that. That's how a lot of the Barstool personalities do it, where it's like, Barstool, Jockum,
Barstool, Jockum.
Like it's the same thing. So that's cool that you shout. I mean, I guess you're a founder, so it's that's to be expected. But
the only relation I have to Barstool is that you were somehow, intertwined in that shit.
Yeah, but
I don't know what Barstool is.
Well, they listen. Who cares? All they know, they understand branding, just like you guys. We'll leave it at that.
You also just crossed 10K on IG. You can finally give a swipe up.
Oh, you're blowing up. That's good. Fantastic, dude. Nice.
Our legacy, not huge on Twitter. We learned this morning, or kind of always known, but I guess I don't know. It's not a very visual medium. And yeah, do you want to shout anyone out before we kick you out of here?
Yeah.
Of course,
what you got dropping on Friday?
Of course, I want to shout out the whole Legööchy crew for working on this, and the whole Stu crew. Big team effort, like I said earlier. Max and Fraser and their team in North America working on this.
Can you just quickly send our apologies to the homies at Jüicy for ripping off their designs when we were making Failing Upwards merch at Barstool?
Yeah,
were you?
Yeah, we did. Apparently, it made its way to the water cooler, but we ripped off a design or two in our heyday.
Yeah.
So apologies.
Yeah, not our greatest moment.
Crew.
But,
yeah, apologies to the Stu crew. That hand up, that's on us, not proud.
Yeah, please be our ambassador. Please, dipset this whole situation. And I think it'll be good.
We're looking for some immunity, not just flow team.
Throwing fits. Maybe that's why we're not on flow team, is because we fucking jacked their intellectual property.
Honestly, I want to be, if there's any flow teams I want to be on, like what boxes still need to be checked. Legööchy, but boom, we got the Yokester here. We're going to fucking handle that. I know James has been lucky enough to not have an issue there, but Jüicy would be the next thing. So if you want, maybe want to broker a deal.
Yeah.
A flow team deal. We can, I don't know what we could do for you. We can send you a pair of mesh shorts. Could save you $45 and that shipping. So let us know.
Yeah.
It's $75 shipping according to Reddit.
Yeah.
All right, Jockum, thank you.
To Stockholm.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive.
We'll just hand deliver it so we can go to workshop and get a Gunther wiener.
Yeah, we're already going to spread anyway. So.
Hell yeah. Jockum, so good to see you. Thank you for coming on the only podcast that matters. Collaboration of the year. Second round dropping Friday.
Yeah.
The London and LA collection. I'm going to buy two of everything.
Yeah, peep Dover Street. Peep your local Dover Street. Your neighborhood, your friendly neighborhood DSM.
Yeah. Jeff, hit that motherfucking outro music.